Hey guys, Happy New Year's Eve! So, I have a question for you guys. For those that are interested in singing lessons, are you guys, the reason that you guys are doubting is that you guys think that you're tone deaf, and that's why you can't sing, so that's why you're here, so you can learn, but you're still debating, thinking that you're unable to? Well, I actually have a little secret for you. Believe it or not, only 4% of the world's population are legitimately tone deaf. So there's actually a medical condition called congenital amusia. Now, it's not caused by brain injury. It's just for people with this condition, it is impossible for them to hear the pitch and the processing it in the brain. It's actually impossible. Tone deaf people cannot distinguish between musical pitches because that is the way that their brains works. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, you're most likely not tone deaf. So then, like, okay, if I'm not most likely not tone deaf, why can I not? Why can I not match pitch? Well, singing a pitch, it's actually a complicated coordination. It's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. So the coordination is between the brain, your vocal cords, and your breath. First, the singer hears the pitch. Then the singer must adjust their vocal cords so they can just get the right amount of thickness or support. And then finally, the singer uses their breath to make the vocal cords vibrate, producing the pitch. That's why breathing through using your diaphragm is so important. When we lift up our chest or our shoulders, we're not getting the right amount of breath because that actually does affect your pitch. So failure of any of these, will make a singer out of tune. For most people, it's going to be the second step about adjusting the vocal cords. Now, it's the hardest thing because again, it relies actually on the support when you're using your diaphragm. Now, even people, guys, with perfect pitch, they sometimes too can be out of tune. So I was reading this article about people being tone deaf, and they actually put these things into 4 stages, and I would like to actually share that with you. So wherever you start with the right kind of practice, you can progress. Okay? I have students who have difficulties, singing in pitch, but not one of them were actually tone deaf. But all of them have improved. Just a month of lessons by putting the work and practice, a month made a huge difference. All right, so let's talk about the stages. The stage 1, I believe, was the usher. That I have no idea how to match pitch. I am always off. Now, if this sounds like you, well, with students like these, I usually start with a simple free vocalization, having the students slide up and down their range, kind of like using a glide when doing a form of a siren warm-up. And they think about how they are making the changes that lead to the pitch going up and down. Then I introduce them to some pitch apps that they can download free onto their phone or to their tablet. Also, then I introduce them to a pitch matching exercise in a limited range using those apps. The more you practice matching pitch, the faster you will get better, guys. It's going to be very strenuous, and yes, it's going to be frustrating. Now, stage 2, there's the stagehand. I can match most pitches, but I sometimes sing off key. Now, this was actually me a long time ago, so I definitely can relate to this one personally. Now, singers, they still need to practice matching pitch every single day, even the professional ones. Now, unlike the usher, quote unquote, singers, you can start stringing notes together. We have a slightly stronger ear. So practicing matching 3 or 4 pitch sequences rather than single notes, meaning sing in intervals. You should also you should practice even octaves. But instead of gliding or sliding, you want to make it smooth. The best forms of warm-ups and exercise I recommend is humming and also sirens as well. Let's think about background singers. So background singers would be sometimes, you'll think, I sometimes sing a little flat or sharp. Now, this means your ear's even stronger. You have the coordination between, the brain and the vocal cords. For these singers, and this is the most common, guys, is vocal technique. Most of you guys that think that you're tone deaf, this is my personal experience. They're going to be suffering from stage 3. Again, it's just lack of vocal technique. Now, here, this is when I recommend you guys to find a vocal coach, find a vocal instructor, so you actually can learn. A singer who's often flat, for instance, it's most likely their breath support. They need to raise their facial resonators more. A singer is more often sharp, maybe using too much energy or too much air. And yes, there's such thing of using too much air. Then there's 4. This one I've encountered a lot, especially with certain people in my choir. Me singing out of tune. Please, I do not sing out of tune. Now, unfortunately, I am thinking of one particular person in mind, but I'm not going to mention a name on this. Never, but whether by nature or nurture, singers who are accurate, the brain, the vocal cords, and the singing technique works in tandem to produce spot-on pitches. The challenge for these kind of divas, per se, is to stay in tune during difficult moving passages or vocal extremes. So, for instance, if they're singing opera, right, going to extreme heights. If they're pretending to be Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey, all those riffs, to have the control. They still need to learn their technique. And like I also kind of mentioned, is they also need to learn control of their voice. So regardless, whatever stage that you find yourself that you can more relate to, is find a vocal coach, find a vocal instructor so they can help you. But the point is that most likely you're not tone deaf. It's just matter of training your ear, trying to strengthening that coordination between your brain, your vocal cords, and the breath. Now, if you legitimately think that you are tone deaf, then I would consult a doctor. There is a test that they can do. I'm not a doctor, but most times you're not going to have it. All right, just seek a vocal coach and we're going to help you. We're going to guide you to improve that pitch so we can show you, yes, you can sing. All right, my motto is that if you can speak, you can sing. It is the same mechanism. So if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. You can go ahead and ask. If you're watching this on Take Lessons, click on the button, ask a question. Or if you guys watching this on YouTube, just click on the link below for my profile. If you guys are watching this on my page, post a question or go ahead and PM me. Again, guys, my name is Rosita. If there's anything that I can answer, please do not hesitate to ask. All right, have a wonderful and blessed New Year's, and please be safe. See you guys next year. Bye.